Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to my first NGS cast. Luckily, though, I have a guide through this very nerve-wracking situation. I am Tetcher, your caster for today, and I am joined by the wonderful Div B NGS East champion. Almost got it wrong. It is JinxeeKatt. Hello, and we're in the same place. We can communicate.
So you get casters like a casting desk. It's almost like HGC.
We're not respecting social distancing because we sleep in the same room, so it's really hard. So if one of us is sick, the other one's already sick. So therefore, we're here to cast for you today. We have a belter of a match for you today. We're going to be jumping in with ReGen versus Anti-Clown Association. Now, Jinxie, once again, we are jumping in with that. It's a heroic division game. What kind of ranks are we looking at with these two teams?
Well, both teams, we're looking at Masters. There are quite a few Grandmasters. In fact, the number 4 Grandmaster in North America is on ReGen. That's Rusty T, so I'm super excited to see. This is the top level of play right now in North America. So casting games like this is always super exciting because, it doesn't get any better than this.
Hell yeah, and this is, like you said, like we said earlier, my first NGS cast, and I'm jumping in right at the top level of play. I've obviously done a few NA teams in the past when HGC was a thing, but this is my first time jumping in really since then, outside of a couple games, but this is my first time in NGS. I'm very excited to be here. Dakota is also a Jinxie is Dakota, by the way. I am Fuzzy. The green screen is a pain in the ass with 2 people, so this is the best I can do. But we do have a situation. Where you are also a player in NGS. What team are you on?
I'm on the Ghillie Sharks. We're a Div A East team, and it's really a lot of fun. This is the first season in NGS, I think, that we have Div A West and Div A East, which is so much easier because, last season it was like, can you guys play at this time? And we're like, that's 1:30 in the morning, for our East team. So it was really difficult. But yeah, I play in Division A, so we're just a little bit below Heroic Division. Yeah, and we're super excited to have you here in NGS. I've done a couple of casts in the past. You guys might have seen me around, and I think I can speak for all of us when I say we're very excited to have you casting with this Tetcher.
I am very glad to be here. Apparently there is a rule of 24 hours before you're allowed to cast your first game. I ignored it, so I've already broken rules, unfortunately. I've taken basically an hour to set everything up, so if stuff's wrong, sorry. Speaking of stuff that is set up, though, let's have a look at the maps while we wait for the players to jump in and see exactly where we are. So, as you can see here, ReGen banned out Brax's Holdout and Alterac Pass, whereas Anti-Clown Association removed Cursed Hollow and Sky Temple, 2 of the bigger maps, Jinxie.
Yeah, so looking at some of the stuff I've seen in the past, and judging by the maps that have been banned out here, they like big, long maps, get lots of camp value in. Both these teams have really amazing macro skills. They're just all the time. Those camps are never up. The second they come down, just boom, boom, boom. They get them. So I'm not surprised, Braxis. Nobody likes to play Braxis. Curse, that's pretty vanilla. We're ready to see the big mops come out, and what a great way to start with Infernal Shrines.
Absolutely, which is shown. Okay, there is a little pick option again. I'm not used to this overlay. This is all new to me, but it is Infernal Shrines picked up by ReGen. His first pick was chosen by the Anti-Clown Association, and I agree because clowns are weird. So, we're just waiting for the final players to jump back in, and we'll be jumping underway. Also, I believe it's week 5. We guessed. Couldn't find it on the website. Don't know where it is, but we did our best. So, we're getting ready. We currently have 2 players left to join the lobby, and then we'll be jumping into game number 1. Once again, this is the best of 3 series, and right now, ReGen are undefeated in NGS, and they are also I say undefeated, not just in series, but also in maps, Jinxie.
That's right. ReGen has dominated every round they've played. Now, it's not to say, Anti-Clown Association, they've lost a couple of maps, but I don't believe they've lost any matches. And they've gone above and beyond. They're actually at 5 games already, if you can believe that. So, like
Yeah, slight difference there in terms of the amount of games played, which does make a difference here. We also, to answer Zavlosh in chat, you'd think so, but I am still, due to, what's a hero's version? Due to the March of the Murlocs that is sweeping its way across the world right now, I am still in America, so therefore it is currently only 7 PM for me, which is a much more reasonable time of cast, which is why, with some encouragement from Jinxie here, I have decided to pick up some more, no, haven't done any before, some NGS casts, which is why, again, we are in contact. We can actually touch each other, because I am in the Americas. If she was in the UK, she would be a physical block of ice.
Oh my gosh. I can't deal with the cold, so I'm very glad that we're here. He can't deal with the heat, but like he doesn't complain as much as me. All right, it looks like all the teams are settling in.
It does. Also, I have one more call out before we jump too far in. Big shout out to Murder RG. He is in the chat. He was supposed to be casting this game, but he is suffering from a migraine, so dropped it, which is how I was able to pick it up for my first ever cast. What would make me very happy is if everyone in the chat right now would click on that little name in chat and hit the follow button, just so you can see when he goes live as a makeup, because I would not be casting this if he hadn't graciously given it, and I want to pay that back, want to pay that forward. So once again, big shout out to Murder. I hope you feel better soon. I'm really sorry you have a migraine right now. Let's let the players know we are ready. Because it looks like the draft is ready to send us in, and we're going to be jumping into my first NGS cast. Always ready, we know this. We're going to be jumping into the first game. This is going to be Infernal Shrines in the NGS Heroic Division. Let's get this underway. I need to turn up the volume is what I have discovered. So I will do that very quickly. I can't do that here, can I?
No, you have to wait until we get into
Alrighty, so it's going to be a little quiet until I fix the volume. My apologies, everybody.
I will voice act all the heroes if you want for you.
Alrighty, so we're once again on American meta here, so it is slightly different to the more European metas that I've been covering, but we do see a lot of similarities. Zul, Rhaegar, all still very highly prioritized.
And don't forget Johanna and ETC. I mean, the tank meta or the tank pool is so crunched right now. We are going to see a Sylvanas first ban. Interesting. I feel like that's got to be a respect ban. I haven't had a chance to follow these guys as closely as I'd like with everything going on. And the Chromie banned away, also respect.
Absolutely. Chromie is very deadly in the hands of someone who does play her a lot. Nasilv is once again one of those heroes who is good enough to warrant a ban, but isn't the usual expected first ban. With Sylv being taken out, she's one of those heroes who can really snowball with the new objective, and you called it earlier, Johanna, easily the best tank in the game right now, so she's gonna get removed. And there, of course, goes Zul, to tank and pseudo-tank gonna be taken out here.
So we're looking at maybe... Okay, it's the Rainer. That's a great first pickup for the side of Anti-Clown Association. I'm wondering if we'll see, okay, Ana and Mephisto, they're just blazing through it. I don't even get a chance to speculate.
So the Rhaegar has been ignored so far by both teams. It could still very much fit into Anti-Clown's composition with a Bloodlust composition very easy, which is the meta these days. But that Ana-Mephisto composition could warrant maybe something a little bit with more burst healing, maybe a Lucio with Sound Barrier. But they ignore it for now. They go for ETC, that other high-priority tank, and Tassadar. They now have consistent auto-attack damage and burst mage capabilities.
Chen banned out. Now, I'm going to assume, again, another respect ban. Chad is actually doing surprisingly well in higher levels of play. People who know how to use the stagger, unlike people like myself who just Chen died to Chen, like super unlucky. And then the Malthael banned away, one of the best solo laners in the game.
Absolutely, and with Chen being banned out, Malthael being banned out, we start to expect maybe an option for a Rexxar, as those are two heroes who can actually do okay into him. Or maybe with Malthael banned out, the potential for Deathwing. But for starters, we see the Sonya. Now this is really brave, I think. Picking up the Sonya before you see your opponent's potential offlaner means that now they could pick the Deathwing, and there could be danger without the option to pick up that Leoric as a main counter to it with Malthael banned out. And Deathwing could fit into this composition of Anti-Clown Association. Obviously, I don't know their preferred heroes as I haven't cast them in a very long time, but the potential is there. It's picking up that Sonya. She is high priority, but we're not going to see Deathwing here. It's going to be the Urel.
Sonya is fantastic into Urel, and I think Russ is calling out Anti-Clown Association. He says, I don't care what you guys are going to play. I know I want the Sonya. I know I can win, or at least hold with it. Whatever you've got is good. Stukov is fantastic for ETC. And into Garrosh, I like it. Garrosh runs at you unstoppable. Go ahead, drop that silence right where he stops. He's not going to throw anybody, and then you just kill him under towers.
Absolutely. So we now have that Garrosh, the interruptions for ETC as well, which they had a couple sleep darts, the Sonya Spear, potential leap, but not really, and level 20 Durance. But seeing that Garrosh here gives them significantly more interrupts for that mosh pit potential, and the ability to try and lock down that Tassadar, prevent him from really getting too much value. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to head into that game number 1 right now. Jinxie, who is your favorite out of these 2 drafts?
Who is my favorite? I'm really loving what ReGen is putting down. First of all, Porky on Ana. Even I know he's one of the best Anas in North America. I really like the Garrosh. I think their composition, it's easy to execute. Throw, Greymane goes in, Nano, Mephisto, it's done. So that's my vote. What about you, Tetcher?
I'm actually leaning on that as well. That Mephisto Ana, there isn't really enough counter there for me to feel comfortable with it. But we're going to be heading into that game and see if we are correct as we head in to game number 1. Alrighty, we are underway. Ladies and gentlemen, on the left-hand side, it is going to be Team ReGen. With Hot Cho playing that Garrosh, we have Troy on the Greymane. Centurion already running it down with that Mephisto, but he's able to recall easily enough. Russ DT on the Sonya. And finally, we have Porky, called out earlier by JinxeeKatt on this Ana.
And, sorry, I was just going to take it away right over to the Anti-Clown Association. Funds on that ETC, Valimar rocking that Urel. Kelser, Kaiser on the Rainer, Frosty win on the Stukov, and Apparition is the Tassadar.
Already a nice little brawl to start off. We are going to see Anti-Clown come out a little bit on the negative side of that. Funds, good power slide onto Centurion. You can see the side storm coming out. Great force wall there. And first blood goes over, but Funds will die in response. 1 for 1 in terms of kills, but first blood did go over to Anti-Clown with that pickup on Mephisto.
And now they've got their little bit of mid and bottom lane fighting out of the way. We should, in the next couple of seconds, see the teams start to rotate. We can already kind of see Garrosh is looking for that siege camp. Meanwhile, the other members of ReGen are starting the bottom camp, and that's the highest contested camp in the map. You want to get that bottom camp so you can push bottom, especially since most of the time, and we can see right here on the mini-map, actually, the objective starting in the middle lane.
Absolutely everyone shows up at this side objective. That force wall, though, tries to catch him, only catches Troy, unable to actually capitalize on it. But the full 5-man invade onto the opponent's camp, it was rumbled. They didn't get the camp, but they did pick up the kill on Garrosh, who was unfortunate enough to face check.
Taking a little bit of a tour up to the top lane. We see Urel and Sonya just hashing it out. Standard solo lane stuff. Not even looking at each other. Just going ahead and getting those minions, soaking the XP for their team.
Just chilling it out for the moment. No chance of really getting kills. Funds is thrown in by Garrosh, but there's enough people here with the help. Rainer with the penetrating round to make sure no one gets caught out. And Jinxie, let's have a look at the talents while we see this camp being taken by Troy.
I was just about to say the same thing. We have the Groundbreaker on Garrosh, 2 stacks so far. The big thing you want to get to is 5 stacks, because that's when you get the poison damage on your Q for Garrosh.
Going to be seeing the Biotic Armor here to try and deal with that Greymane. I really like it, and the Hand of Freedom to try and shut down some of those big engage tools. Nice little pickups here, very sensible. Double armor, in fact, with Block Party.
I'd like to take a look at the Mephisto level 4 talent. It is Spite. I know there's been a little bit of discrepancy between some of the higher level players, whether Spite or the Static is the better talent on level 4, and I'm excited to see Spite because in my personal opinion it is the better choice.
The globes on this map are easy to get. You're always fighting near enough to a lane to maybe rotate out, and if you win the objective, that double globe can give you some really serious value, as we do see the teams contest Hurricane. On that, Sonya really wants to get stuck in Yrel, trying to protect the rest of the team, gives the armor, trying to hold the line. Hot Cho needs to be careful where he throws. He doesn't want to accidentally throw a minion. Does miss the groundbreaker here. It's just dueling back and forth for the moment. 26 to 15. We will have to see ReGen make a move. They want to try and contest this objective, and they do so. Going to try and turn onto Funds, looking for the kill, but Yrel with the huge knockback saves the day.
All right, Centurion looking a little bit rough. He is going to have to go ahead and shade out and back, and we see Hot Cho taking a little bit of damage. You got to back off carefully, but a nice chance for them to get a couple more minions. However, this will go over to Anti-Clown Association.
Nice fight there, but that was really 100% down to Yrel with that save. The good hammer knockback kept ETC alive there. Now they have it for disengage. We do hit these level 7 talents. Mephisto didn't bait it over the wall, instead gets stunned out by the objective. They're going to try and fight this at the gate, but Stukov with the growing infestation here really slows down that clear, completely silencing under the gate, and as such the sidewall and both towers get killed off. Also that 3-man Punisher stun.
Really unfortunate for ReGen. If you don't get the tower to help, you do lose so much. Gank push, oh no! Stun slide, silence. Poor Greymane didn't stand a chance.
Centurion gets out. He left Greymane to be the sacrificial lamb. He's got back in though. He needs to be careful. He thought the rotation was safe, but ETC is back. Raider with the damage. Centurion, yeah, you're just gonna come back, buddy. Doesn't even make it back to his original shade. And now, as long as Valimar gets out, that's a 2 for 0 of that invade. In exchange for just this camp, Sonya was able to take that uncontested due to the multiple members. Hot Cho may go down as well. He drops the Indomitable, but his health is super low here.
Nice groundbreaker. Porky should be able to heal him up, no problem. There we go. Hits the well. Scrub it off.
Move down to the bot lane, going to try and clear out these mercenaries, which again were taken sneakily during that invade here. But with that, we do see just under half a level lead coming in for Anti-Clown Association here. Cheeky duel, won't see too much action up here, although Troy has extended super far. He won't die here, he will be able to disengage if he needs to as he is in this Worgen form. Does actually dodge the jump off Yrel in doing so. And we've already seen how aggressive Anti-Clown Association can play, but this time they choose not to invade.
One thing I really love about what ReGen is doing right now is utilizing the Sonya to take extra camps. And as I say that, Yrel is looking for that Greymane.
Head back up, see if you can get the jump. Greymane's pretty healthy here. Shouldn't have too much trouble, but damage will be dealt. He is in Worgen form. Will be able to disengage here. Moves back. Sonya's finally going to come up here and relieve Greymane as level 10s are hit for Anti-Clown Association, but ReGen are not that far behind, and in fact, a little brawl comes out here, but Mephisto, Centurion, easily able to out-duel there.
Nicely done by both teams, hitting it right at the same time. We do see the nano boost come out for Ana, like I said earlier. It's really easy in one of the team fights, especially in a place like the Shrine. You want to just go ahead, shoot them with that nano, and then just watch the Mephisto pump out in this nice circular closed off little area. He does so much. Hot Cho looking really rough, sticks his toe in the pool, but manages to get out.
Nice little 3-man groundbreaker there to save the day. Interestingly enough, finally, I was about to say Tastar hasn't picked his level 20, his level 10, but here is the Black Hole. Gonna bring out the full wombo combo build. Black Hole into Mosh Pit or vice versa. Seeing them trying to zone away, trying to cut the team in two. Valimar is able to get a good amount of CC here and some damage, but no one's going to be set up for a kill yet.
I really commend Anti-Clown Association. Their ability to just poke out with the Tassar, with the Rainer. They've done a really good job at both these objectives and just kind of hammering away at the health of their opponents up until the shrine, and then they've spent their taps, they've spent their healing. The Ana is low on mana. Just a really solid, clean play from Anti-Clown Association so far.
Ocho went for a throw there, but was interrupted by the face melt. Good into the fray to get Centurion out of there. And again, both these teams looking for a kill attempt, but neither one's been able to land it. Heroic so far, only Wrath of the Berserker has been dropped, but that might change as Funds moves very far forward. At least the Cursed Bullet. Here comes the Durance right into ETC, locks him down with the anti-heal grenade. He's forced to back up. The Ardent Defender from Valimar, though, lets him tag through and picks off Mephisto.
Nano Boost came out there for Centurion in that fight, but he just wasn't able to get in the zoning from ETC. However, Yrel does go down in the process. We see the Black Hole dropped, and this should go over to the side of Anti-Clown Association, having both their wave clear heroes taken out early in the fight.
2 for 1 on that trade. Yrel did go down in the end, but that chase onto Sonya at the end even more effective. Like I said, the Nano Boost went out. The Durance was good. It prevented the Mosh Pit, but the Force Wall was what undid them, completely cutting off this escape route and preventing any real team fight to happen. The Black Hole came out. Wasn't as effective as I think he would have liked, but it did prevent Garrosh moving back in and catching out anyone else. They're even going to grab the Mercenary Camp for double push potential.
Really nicely done, and this should be, yep, Indomitable comes out for Garrosh to go ahead and bait it over. Done properly this time. Now they have the nice fort to help them go ahead and just pin this guy down super quick.
Towers will be taken out, but like I said, great race down here from ReGen. They will clear out this Punisher. Punisher with the stun, though, onto Greyman, going to force everyone to back up with ETC's positioning. They're forced to let the fort die. That's going to be unfortunate. Durance comes out, though. They may be looking for a fight here. Centurion has been massively separated from the rest of the team. Going to be focused down here. Mosh Pit to prevent Ana from any healing. One-man Mosh is very nicely done. Hot Cho is isolated too on the other side with the electric fence, and that's a 2 for 0. And the fort as Anti-Clown Association take a dominant lead at level 13 talents.
The fights are just so crisp. You can tell the communication is really on point for Anti-Clown Association. No overlap at the CC. They go in, they get the job done. And ReGen is going to have to play this a lot more carefully if they want to, try and come back later. However, Mephisto does scale, so I'm excited to see how he does at later levels.
Oh, he does, and also very important now, Smelling Salts has come out for the Ana. That is going to help a lot. That 50 extra armor going to try and prevent some of these bursts, and that stun removal could be their saving grace. It will not grant Unstoppable, so it will not counter Mosh Pit, but it does counter Power Slides, which may be coming out. Nice Durance onto Raider. Funds escapes here from the Durance. He's going to try and tack through. He has no Mosh Pit available. Black Hole might have to be used for disengage. Funds on the run, though. Face Melt with Mephisto chasing Power Slides. Centurion is low. Celsius trying to chase him down, but it's Valimar who picks up the kill. And that looked like instant death for Funds, but he's the one who lives. And Centurion taken out. Anti-Clown Association again, turning what looks like an instant lose situation on that fight into a kill. Nicely done.
However, we do see Valimar stuck under tower. Sonya's on top. We see the Wrath of the Berserker pop out, but unfortunately nothing is gained by that. Yrel loses a little bit of health, but Stukov is able to heal her up. No problem. And for the first time in almost 4 minutes, we'll see Anti-Clown Association go back to their side of the map.
They're finally going to start on their Fallen Shaman camp. Going to be taking that out. Greyman's been left down in bot lane to clean this up. This was pushed up very aggressively, but level 16 talents are now on the way. Camp Invade was attempted, but too slow this time. Everything is available heroic-wise except for the Hyperion. Nanobo's just about to come up. And this is a situation where level 16s are going to hit before this next objective spawns. And that might just mean another win for Anti-Clown Association, and they're slowly taking buildings on the map one by one and creeping further and further ahead.
We're going to go ahead and see those Shaman get cleared out real quickly by the Anti-Clown Association, allowing theirs to push a little bit further. It looks like Russ has got this, no problem though. Not a whole lot of value from either camp, but at least those won't be pushing during the objective.
Valimar pulls back, plays it safe this time. He's been extending pretty far for kills, but he's been getting them, so not too much of an issue here. But this time he'll play safe, as he doesn't have his team to pick up for him this time.
Let's take a look at the middle lane. It looks like there's going to be a collapse onto Yrel, but Valimar sniffs it out and is able to get away. I'm curious to see if ReGen will forfeit this and hope to push somewhere else, because they really need to get some siege damage done. Have any of the walls even been taken?
Let's have a quick look. We saw the gate taken out here, gate and tower here, and nothing here. So yeah, not looking great. Speaking of not looking great, Urel's dead.
Oh no, Urel stepped out a little bit too far trying to get on that Greymane and ended up paying with their life. However, they are going to get the Punisher up top, and it looks like that's exactly what ReGen is going to do. Just push, try and get this forward. They are even talent here, so they will be able to harsh back and defend at their keep against this Punisher.
This is smart. Get value elsewhere on the map. That ticking XP with that kill, they got level 16 as well. The problem is they might not be able to leave. Funds was thinking about it, but it's only 2 versus 4. Not worth it, but he's trying to interrupt the ports without dying here. He's done it once. He's already got value. As such, this top lane is getting absolutely bodied. Are they just going to back this up and avoid a fight because they're not ahead of talent this time? They're going to push elsewhere on the map, all right? They're just going to try and avoid a fight.
I'm really curious as to why they didn't push with this Punisher. It's Frozen Punisher, which is arguably the best Punisher in the game right now. It turns off towers.
So they're just going to Hyperion. They're going to get the double fort. They believe the Punisher can finish top alone, which they are incorrect in assuming due to the fact Greymane and Sonya are up here. They will finish that out. Minions, though. Minions!
Get it, minions! Oh, they save it! That's like a Rainer tickle, but for now, the fort survives. No catapults in the top lane at this time.
Gonna be able to survive this time. This time they will get away with it. I don't know how to get rid of this. Sorry, team. E. Nothing.
Hit 1.
1.
E.
E. You got it. Thank you, Butchley. Zoom back out. Power slide comes out. Hot choke. Percentage damage coming in from Apparition now. Good toss, though. Here comes the Durance. It just misses Funds, who's on a full retreat now. Moshman on full cooldown. That is such a disaster here for Anti-Cloud Association, but they do all escape. They disengage, and that is exactly what they wanted. They would have wanted the mosh pit fight, but if you can't get it, getting out of there is a big deal.
Finds just a little bit disconnected from his team. Great interrupt by Garrosh, and like, I don't think our audience understands. Garrosh just threw the mosh.
He did. He got it right on the timer. Just able to interrupt it and not on the 10-second cooldown. So that's 80 seconds now, where Anti-Clown Association are going to have a much harder time fighting. You can see Centuria playing it like that, going maximum on that damage. Really trying to make the play. And guess what? Garrosh still has Taunt left. Black Hole is available for Tassadar, but that Taunt is their way to pick up extra kills here and try and extend their lead. But right now, try and come back into the game, because Anti-Clown Association, they're about to hit level 19, and once those 20s hit, it's going to be potentially another objective that cannot be fought over by ReGen.
We're going to see everybody square up to try and get this Bruiser camp here in the top lane. Oh no, Porky, nice! Into the fray, saves his life.
Black Hole comes out. It's gorgeous. Taunt for good measure. We do see Hot Cho is going down. Finally, it's a 2-for-1 here. ReGen coming out ahead in this fight. Troy picks up another one, and it's just Raider. He's on the run, but Rusty T's chasing it down. Troy's in human form, gets the kill with the Worgen, and that is all 5 members in exchange for just Garrosh. Finally, a fight that goes well for them. We're making great use of taunts to pick up that kill. Durance didn't land, but Mephisto's damage sure did.
I want to talk about that fight a little bit. One thing I think ReGen did really well is understanding that their cooldowns are much shorter than the side of Anti-Clown Association. So they waited until they had everything up. They knew they had a 10-minute window to fight. They knew Anti-Clown Association was going to come for that Bruiser. They've been doing it all game long, and they knew that they didn't have Mosh, but that was still on a 60-second cooldown. So then they had all their ultimates, still no Mosh on the ETC, and this is going to be the first keep of the game going over to ReGen.
Not going to be a game in this case. Still 10 seconds on Tassadar. That was quite a long time, but it's enough to maybe get 6% off the core after taking down shields. Not worth the race where you could be turned on by the CTC, where Moshpit is back up. But ReGen turning this in their favor. They're going to begin wiping through this objective.
See, everybody's going ahead and clear out. Hot Cho standing in the bush. He knows he needs to protect his team. And Anti-Clown Association, they're going to go ahead and forego this Punisher, it looks like. Instead, they're going to go ahead, grab this Bruiser camp, and it looks like they might try to get this top keep. Bottom or top fort isn't long for this world. We see that huge minion wave right there. They're going to go ahead and grab both Bruisers and then try to defend at the keep.
They've got both Bruisers, and what this just gave them, that mercenary experience gave them level 20. If they had stayed in base, they might have struggled to race for that level 20. Now they can actually fight on an even talent tier. We have the Force Barrier. The meme is real. We see everyone has ported back to base. Everyone is here. for what could be the final fight of the game. Castar from range, trying to zone it out, ETC. The deadly bolt of the storm. Nice use of Sephirim from Valimar. Will be able to disengage and pull that Punisher.
Go ahead and try and look to hit this port so they can go ahead and grab that Punisher on the core. He's still very healthy at about 60%, now closer to 50. Oh my goodness, gold bolt.
We see the Durance coming out though, forceful, preventing everyone here. Frosty Win though got a great disengage with the control chaos. He's able to keep the enemy team away, but the Punisher is onto the core now. Stukov does survive though. Nice on the defender from Valimar. EDC eats another one. Curseblood's already down. He's focused down. No Death Mosh. He's the first person to die in the fight. Turn coming on in with a great black hole, but the core goes down. They took too long to take that fight, and as such, ReGen take game number 1.
I'm completely blown away. That whole fight, up until the last 5 minutes, it looked like Anti-Clown Association, they had control. It was smooth, comms were perfect. And that one fight over the Impaler camp, ETC a little too far forward. Nice communications between ReGen. And it just turned the whole game around. They really couldn't get their foothold back after losing everybody and that keep so early on.
Yeah, they weren't able to turn that in their favor, and as such, nicely done. Very cheeky plays there by ReGen with the great turnaround. Kill count so close between the two teams at 9 to 10 overall. You can see the talents here on your screen for the final one. Garrosh, he made it with the Titanic Might one time, but Sonya Ignore Pain was such an MVP in these fights, getting so much damage sustained.
It's really difficult when you have a tank like ETC and an offlane like Yrel, because they want to go in, they want to cause chaos, and Sonya wants to do the same thing. And if we take those two players out of Anti-Clown Association's team, what do we have left? Raynor, Stukov, Tassadar, they're both really, all three of them, sorry, are really immobile, squishy champions. And you just can't escape from the Sonya at that point.
I really thought they might have been able to turn that. I really thought they would. The second Force barrier came out, I was like, maybe they can hold on this lane. But ETC got cursed bulleted, and he wasn't able to tap the base to heal up enough. And as such, the second that second Punisher stun hit him, he was taken out. And as such, ReGen took game number 1 in this best of 3 series. Let me see if I have a message about where we're going for game number 2, or if there's a lobby set up. There's a lobby set up. And I'll ask who first picked this. In fact, I can tell because it's already on Team 2, so it looks like ReGen were the team to first pick this. Nicely done. Alrighty. It's going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen, first picked by ReGen, so first pick in the game was picked out by Anti-Clown Association. Alrighty. Here's the map screen so that you can all see, so that you can all tell exactly where we are here. Already, ReGen winning their first map of the game, and they have gone to pick out the Tomb of the Spider Queen.
So, based on last game, what are your predictions for Tomb of the Spider Queen? It's a smaller map. Wave clear is critical. What would you like to see, Tetcher?
Oh my god. For starters, I would like to see that. Rackham, thank you very much for 20 gifted subs. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. This is my first NGS cast. Jinxie is here as well. We're having such a good time. If you can send some love over to her as well. I hope you're enjoying the show here and having a good time with us here. I realize we're still on the map screen. But thank you so much, friend. I hope you're having a good time during this stream. So, what would I like during this game number 2? What I would quite like to see is that Mephisto coming back in again, or seeing it banned out. This is still a very solid map for it, especially in terms of glow potential. So seeing that highly prioritized could be good. Maybe we'll see Zul sneak his way in this time. He's actually better on this map, I believe, just due to the smaller area. So he's probably banned, but it's still exciting. And thank you very much, Rackham. I feel very welcome. Very, very welcome indeed.
Thank you, Rackham. That was so really nice of you. I hope you guys all enjoy your burps, your Tetcher and Ray just as much as I do, because I don't know if you see, I spam that all over Discord. If you're in my Discord, if you're in Tetcher, if you're in the NGS, everyone.
It's really cute. Thank you to Alaric the Storm, the HOTS High Lord, for running that, for making that emote for me. It is gorgeous. And speaking of gorgeous, game number 2 has started into the draft, ladies and gentlemen. We are heading into Tomb of the Spider Queen. Map was chosen by ReGen. And this is going to be first pick and first ban, going over to Anti-Clown Association. Are they going to be able to bring it back and even up the score? ReGen are now 5-0 in terms of maps.
Can they keep it alive? We'll see. I'd like to see a Johanna ban here. It could be another Sylvanas, as she is just dominant on this map.
That would be really cool to see. Again, like you said, she has such good pushing potential, just black arrowing everything. So it's pretty cool to see if we do see that. Zul, we already mentioned. Johanna is absolutely baller here.
ETC is still the best tank in the game, as you saw. Really dominant. Would love to have him as level 7. Really adds to the wave clear. On a band out, they said, oops. Not again, Porky.
What a way. I mean, honestly, that's pretty smart. It's a really good way to try and neuter the Mephisto draft without banning Mephisto. Because if you ban Mephisto, Anna Li Ming exists, Anna Jaina exists, Anna Kael'thas exists. There are so many options that are still incredibly effective here. So the Anna ban is much more sensible. Mephisto can still be played, but you've definitely nipped that in the bud a little bit and nerfed that actual damage output.
Centurion, yeah, like you said, is one of the best mage players in the game. ETC banned by Anti-Clown Association. They know the power. So we'll see Zul or Johanna go through here depending on what ReGen wants to ban. I'm predicting it's going to be a Zul ban, and yeah, so that means that Johanna should be the first pickup for ReGen, or sorry, Anti-Clown Association.
She'll be in the first picks most likely for either of these teams. This is one of her better maps, as well as being the best tank, and of course,
it is.
Anti-Clown pick up the Crusader. Johanna coming in here for funds. How do ReGen respond now? They have the Rhaegar, they have Stugov. Deckard's been very popular recently. Reyna, with his new consistent Exterminator build, is popular. But Sylvanas snuck through the draft this time. You called her out, and she appears.
All right, do we see the tank or the support here? I'd really like to see it. I'd completely forgotten about Deckard until you mentioned it, but it's going to be Anduin trying to prevent that Johanna Light Bomb combo.
Anduin coming in as the support. Very cool here. Like you said, the Johanna Light Bomb combo is very deadly, but Anduin's still up there. He's not maybe in the top 3, but he's always a solid choice. There's very few situations where I wish I hadn't picked Anduin here, because he does just work. So therefore, it's a sensible pickup here. And Mephisto is stolen away. Massive AoE wombo potential with Maiev and Mephisto coming out.
All right, blue team ban. It should be a support here. Try and close in that pool a little bit. Rhaegar is really good, especially with the Maiev and the Fan of Knives resets. We also could see the Stukov. That worked very well for them last time. Other things include Chen. Nope, that's what I was just about to say. No Chen for you, Anti-Clown Association.
Gonna have that removed once again. Been pretty consistently banned in these games. I mean, we've had 2 games, so it's been banned in both. Gonna see that picked up here. Second ban. No tank has yet to be picked with ETC banned out. They maybe ban... I mean, Garrosh plus Johanna isn't the best matchup for Garrosh, but he's still high on the priority. Instead, they get rid of Jaina, preventing that big burst.
All right, the wave clear is a little skinny on the side of ReGen. I'd like to see them pick up a couple of wave clear heroes here. Centurion, I know he plays a little bit of Kael'thas. I don't know if that's just the golden me coming out. That could definitely work. Gul'dan is also a possibility. We could see something like the Sonya. I was hoping for Mal'Ganis. I think he's great in Johanna.
All right, well, I would very much... Tastar's fantastic here. 2 mages, 3 mages, in fact, banned away or picked away. So seeing those taken out, going to be very solid to see.
Tassadar is so strong on this map because, honestly, the Psystorm damage now, it's enough to do the waves by yourself if you really wanted to. Should rotate with the Mal'Ganis so he can pick up those gems, but the wave clear on Tassadar alone is just insane.
Going to be seeing Leoric and Stukov to finish this out, and this is sensible. Mal'Ganis really does need another beefy hero with him, or he can struggle a little bit. He is incredibly annoying, even alone, and will make your game miserable. But that second frontliner, preferably someone like a Blaze, could be incredibly powerful here. Sonya will fit in well enough, but this is more as a response to the fact that there is a Leoric in the game, that percentage damage, which does make someone like a Blaze a little bit less viable. But Sonya, we've already seen how good she can be, and her wave clear on this map increases her value even more.
All right, looking at these, I love the Leoric Stukov pickup. It just really hamstrings you so early. You don't even need Buried Alive. Once level 10 goes, you can just go ahead and throw down that Entomb, throw down that Silence, and then the team is going, well, I wish, we could do buttons. They will have one cleanse on the side of Anduin, so that means one lucky member of the team is going to get saved. We'll get to see who Porky's favorite member of the team is.
Absolutely. The leap of faith is going to be such a big deal. Sonya can, I believe, she can spear into the wall, but I don't believe her spear will carry her through the wall. Either way, we're going to find out as we are heading into game number 2, ladies and gentlemen, of NGS Heroic Division. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tomb of the Spider Queen. And Jinxie, would you do us the honor of the team on the left-hand side?
I would love to. We have Centurion on the Tassadar, TT Porky on that Anduin, Russ rocking the, oh gosh, what is that? I can't see from where we are.
Sonya.
That's the Sonya. Okay, thank you. Hot Show on the Mal'Ganis and, what did I forget? Troy on the Sylvanas. They're moving around so fast, it's really hard to see sometimes.
And on the right-hand side, it is going to be Anti-Clown Association with Funds playing the Johanna. Kelsia is going to be on the Maiev. Apparition going to be on that Mephisto. Frosty Wind bringing out the Stukov here. And chilling in the bot lane, it's Valamar, and he's on that Dead King. It is Leoric.
Here in the middle, just trying to go ahead and do the standard rotation. Tomb of the Spider Queen is a little bit slow to start because you just get to see the teams go ahead and run. Tank tries to dismount you, you run. Tank tries to dismount you. We know the song and dance.
Russ even came up to try and gank. Misses the spear, so he's just going to have to Whirlwind as he did eat the Drain Hope. Now, Whirlwind will not out-heal Drain Hope. So your only counterplay against Drain Hope Leoric is to dodge. And unfortunately, this has been rumbled out. Troy going to get slowed. In comes Russ, lands the spin, and that's a good way to trade out here. Oh, reinforcements coming in. That is going to be the camp going over to ReGen.
Nice quick rotate by ReGen. Like, we'll lose a little bit of top lane soak, but once again, that Tassador's right there. He's going to go ahead, grab it all, no problem.
Going to be able to clean that up. Like you mentioned, Tassadar wave clear, pretty decent, gets the gems as well. Bruiser camp already being started to try and counter out that Siege Giant, get some counter value here by Anti-Clown Association. But they do have to send someone down here to deal with this, because right now, Russ is bullying Valamar, trying to clean out the minions here to finally get these Siege Giants onto towers, because right now, Valamar, dodging the autos here, is cleaning this up quite well.
Sonya trying so hard to make Valamar fall into those giants, realizing there's not more she can do. She's going to come to this giant team fight right away. Looks like Fun's running for his life. Nice body blocks by the side of ReGen. Johanna falls, first blood.
Frosty Wind very nearly regretting his decision. Kelsia gets the 5 gems that Johanna dropped, though. Very nice little wraparound with the blink. Frosty Wind very nearly put himself in trouble there, coming up to heal Johanna, and ends up getting trapped by the force wall, but no one was able to react and land the stun, so as such, no value here. Troy, on full retreat, tethers out, but he gets away with the unstoppable on the Haunting Wave.
Nice unstoppable by Troy. We're going to go ahead and put a little bit more pressure onto Leoric, and I love, once again, what ReGen are doing. They understand that they've picked kind of a less than ideal matchup for their solo lane, so they're just going to rotate in Troy on his pushing wave clear heroes that work well in the bottom lane and just try to see if they can get map pressure elsewhere.
He is doing a good job. Massive bullying onto Valimar because Sonya does struggle. It's working very well in their favor, but it does mean Sylvanas isn't available here, and you can see that in the positioning of Anti-Clown. They're able to rotate very effectively. They will be able to now clean out this Bruiser. All the talents for sticking with the Blade defense. A very physical attack focused on this Maiev. It's a little bit of damage, some extra wave clear as well.
Hot Joe considering going in, gets pulled by the Maiev, but it's able to use those Fell Claws to escape. Just going to go ahead and clear out this Bruiser camp super quick. Nice route by TT Porky. And it looks like ReGen is going to get the first Web Weavers of the game.
So Malgan is here, going for the full green build so far, starting off with Winged Guard and fueled by Torment.
Nice pick by Malganis. There isn't a whole lot of auto attack damage on the side of Anti-Clown Association, so there's no need for that Might of Sargeras. The physical armor doesn't get as much value here. Just going to go ahead and get Spreading Plague now. Big thing about Spreading Plague. Does lots of damage, does not wake sleeping targets.
Which is a big deal when you're trying to get those follow-ups set up for Sylvanas. Gone for that Festering Wounds, going for the burst-based build here. Want to be able to set her up for that Wailing Arrow. Good follow-up on it here, because that is most of their damage. And of course, Tastar, who is going for a Q-based build, can most likely go for the Black Hole here. And if they can set up with Sleep, it's very easy to hit a target that ain't moving.
I would really like to see Black Hole now that you've mentioned that. It's a great counter into Leoric Entomb. He entombs you, I mean, up until level 20. You can just push him out.
Very true. Send him out of there. Get him away from you as fast as possible. Of course, set up for big wombo combo potential. Sonya is deep. Gonna try and clear out this fort in the bottom lane. Webweaver's about to expire, but there's a couple extra minions holding it. Sonya's doing her best. Sylv's gonna come in, disables the fort, and that will guarantee this fort going down. Nice cheeky rotation there. They will pick this up. Leoric arriving just in time. They're gonna try and get a kill out of this, but Leap of Faith says nope, and they are all gonna escape.
Nice job by ReGen, able to get in and get out super quickly. Leap of Faith will be burned. That's a 90-second cooldown they won't have for this big turn-in. Because if we look at Anti-Clown Association, they have 77 gems, and ReGen's going to have a little bit of a hard time now trying to, you know, pull them off these turn-ins.
Force Wall comes out, no one to follow up, so Funds is able to back out of there safely. So you can see level 9 creeping its way along for ReGen, looking for that level 10 soon as Maiev continues to split Soak. 86 gems on their half right now if they can get to that turn, as you called.
Right now we're seeing everybody, ReGen being so careful to make sure that Anti-Clown Association isn't able to get in, but we do see Tassadar go down. Fantastic silence by Frosty when there was nothing he could do. He doesn't have his force escape anymore.
He does not, so he is a little bit more risky nowadays. Speaking of risky, Russ is able to get away, avoids the risk and will survive as level 10 is hit. A member down, which will allow Anti-Clown Association to pick up their level 10, but they're going for it. They're going for the 4v5, and they're going to try to take a Frosty who's in full retreat. Wailing Arrow's already been dropped. Bats going to try and chase it down, but Frosty, he's piecing out. He will escape here.
I'm really confused about that Carry-On Swarm by Hot Cho. It doesn't increase your move speed that much. If you want big move speed, sleep into it. Now he's burned a huge cooldown. Johanna with the Iron Skin, able to get away, no problem. You can't contain her.
There's level 10 now available for both teams. We see Archon coming in here. I was concerned about their damage output. Bless Shield is whiffed, by the way, so Turin's able to dodge again. Does not go straight back to the spawn after respawning. But yeah, going for the extra damage output here, trying to make up for the fact that they only really have Sylvanas, and Sylvanas' kill potential is a little lower. Otherwise, pretty standard stuff. We already called the Wombo potential. Warden's Cage, we have the Entomb, we have the Engage by Russ. Flaming Swipe has been used. Will he be able to get away? Fun's going to try and zone now and will get them out of there.
Red Web Weavers do go in, and this is Anti-Clown Association's time to push and get a little bit of extra damage. Valimar able to escape. Yeah, he's got it. No problem.
That was close. He does escape. 1 kill to 1 right now. Intense game as finally we see the Web Weaver turn in as we welcome Mark Zombie into the Warden's Cage and the Entomb. He pulls him into the Entomb. Centurion, they're going to drop the Salvation. That will keep him alive. Centurion, he's in Archon now, and it's time to turn They force back Anti-Clown. No kill coming in here. Welcome Mark Zombie as the action explodes and we see ReGen move into defense.
Porky, you're a madman. I was so confused. I was so confirmed. If you burn, or if I had to burn, you burn with me. But oh no, Troy silence, no way to escape.
He tried to Haunting Wave, but the second, everyone leaves that Haunting Wave to last second, and Johanna times Blessed Shield perfectly, prevents the teleport on the Haunting Wave, and we see him taken out. Nicely done, Anti-Clown capitalizing and playing very aggressively here with this composition, and making the most of those relatively short cooldown heroics like Blessed Shield.
I do have to give ReGen credit. Despite losing Sylve, they were able to clear away most of the web weavers and only come out a couple of towers down, and now it's their turn to turn in. Anti-Clown Association expecting to see ReGen come and try to stop them. They missed their opportunity. Now Johanna is by herself. The Divine Iron Skin gets popped so quickly. Oh my goodness.
He is able to survive this one, backs away, plays it safe, and is even going to give time for Centurion to pull back to base. He will be a little bit late for the Web Weavers, but most importantly, he'll be full mana, and by the time he gets back, he will have Archon again.
You can see everybody is moving to mid lane, seeing that Anti-Clown Association has decided they want to take out that top Web Weaver first. Top lane, the most important lane on the map, that's the boss lane, and most of the time on Tomb of the Spider, you go ahead, you grab the boss, and that's usually when you make your death push. Force Wall does come out. Valinor able to escape away, no problem. Once again, Iron Skin preventing funds from going down.
Pull on Troy, easily able to walk away. No follow-up from this. It's just damage from Kelsier at this point. No minions, so Russ eats a lot of damage from the 4, but there's a disable from Sylvanas again. Another leap of faith has to be used as Troy again finds himself in trouble. Forceful comes out, tried to split himself off. He does not do so. Centurion has to block Archon here to stay alive with the shield, but they're going to try and use it to turn. In comes Hodjo. He doesn't land the stun as Funds will back away. That's another Archon burned with no value.
Nice flailing swipes from Frosty Wind, making sure that they're able to keep ReGen at bay. You see Centurion going up, just trying to clear out everything, and it should be Anti-Clown Association looking to turn in now, both on level 13 talents, and ReGen is quite a ways away from their turn. They weren't able to make much happen with that second turn, which is such a shame.
They were shut down pretty hard here. No value. Oracle coming in once again for the Tassadar. Going to try and make some vision value here as Funds looks to turn in, but will be blocked away this time. Here comes the Bats going for the engage here and trying to force everyone back, but they managed to split the team. There's a great force wall, but where's the damage? Where's the follow-up? It's the turn with the Entomb. Centurion caught in the salvation, though. Nicely done as they move forward. Great stun by Hotcho. Kelsier, he's body blocked down. He can't make it through. Wailing Arrow onto Valimar. He's focused down and finished off. So many gems dropped. Frosty Wind, he picks up a couple, but he is getting closed in on. Here's the attempted distraction from Apparition, trying to hold flailing swipe. Frosty Wind escapes and runs out of there with 36 gems, but that's 36 out of the over 50 Anti-Clown Association had. They don't have enough for returning anymore. Apparition nearly died trying to harass there.
Nicely done by ReGen. They saw the opportunity and they went just ahead and took it. And now they go ahead and grab this bruiser. They're looking for keep in the mid lane. They want to take down this early keep and get that consistent pressure. Especially considering they're at 46 gems now. It's a lot closer to the end. And Tomb does come out, but Leap of Faith saves the day.
Anduin is really carrying with this Leap of Faith right now. He's been doing such a good job. Funds has come up to be the Funds police and try and ruin Russ, but Russ is already disengaging. Kelsier thinking about the tether. Blessed Shield comes out. They've got the tether. That's a dead Sylve.
Oh, excellent timing by Frosty Wind and Funds. And now they're going to look boss.
Why not? They have the advantage. They have the heroics they need. Flame Swipe Endurance, which could really shut down an attempt to invade this. But that doesn't mean an invade will not happen. 5v4 Hotcho scouts it out, and they're looking for a big stun. Boss stun actually hits, but Stukov there. That's bad. Johanna with the multi-person stun, though, as the focus comes in on Frosty Wind, trying to take out the healer before the fight goes down with Archon, though. Sonya picks up the double kill. We see the Durance hold Sylvanas here. Anduin's able to hold it. Sonya picks up one more kill, and the invade is successful. They look for Funds. He has nowhere to go. Iron Skin's burned, and the multi-man stun from Hotcho, the Wailing Arrow, not even used in that fight as they picked up the kill. Sylve was down. They invaded incredibly there.
ReGen had level 16. I don't understand what Anti-Clown Association thought they could accomplish. They had the 4v5, correct? They've blown so many cooldowns on the boss, and now we have Sylvanas coming through. She's going to go ahead and turn off this fort with the boss, and I wouldn't be surprised if we went ahead and saw some core damage here. Leoric and Maiev are back up. Maiev, I don't think, has gotten too many tethers at all. It's been a very frustrating game for Valimar.
Tomb countered by Forcewall here, shutting down anyone following up on Leoric. Leoric is down with a member out here. This could be an attempt to end. Here comes the Waters Cage, focusing on to Centurion, but no one else is here. Durance comes down, Centurion focused down, and Kelsier finishes the job. But the boss is onto the core. Sonya racing it down with Wrath of the Berserker. ReGen are looking for their third clean sweep, and they're gonna get it. ReGen takes the 2-0. And they are going to continue their undefeated streak in the NGS Heroic Division.
Very well done by ReGen. That game was just night and day from the very first very first game. We saw, the first game, they were a little bit shaken. They were trying to test the waters and able to pull it back. And in this game, we just saw the team totally dominant from minute one. It was very exciting to watch. You can see in the kills here, it's quite a bit different. Last game we were 10-9, and this time we're 10-5. Anti-Clown Association just didn't have it to go ahead and grab those kills.
I really want to talk about that final boss fight. We could see at the end, we had Flaming Swipe, we had Durance of Fate. They thought those talents were enough, and it came down to one mistake. As Mal'Ganis moved in, as Sonya's whirlwinding into the fight, as Anduin is pretty safely positioned, honestly. He's very nicely done. He really got a great salvation in that fight. As that happens, we saw, unfortunately, Frosty Wind walk into the boss stun. And he got taken out of that fight. And as such, no Flaming Swipe. They had no positioning advantage due to him being taken out of that fight too early. Unlucky to see. And yeah, if you're up for it, I could try to set up an interview.